good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you may find yourself as you watch this. And I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. Listen, man, it's a black and black thing. It's a black party. It's a block party. It's a Christian hip hop party. I am your host, A1. You can check out every episode of It's a Black and White Thing by going to SoundCloud.com/Brains and Bars. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all by searching Brains and Bars. Check us out there. Go to our Facebook page. Shout out to y'all, man. Over 1,000 Facebook users. I'm pretty sure most of y'all there because of A-Ward, but that's okay. I'll take that. But we appreciate every single one of y'all who like the page, who interact with the content. Also, in the absence of the homie A-Ward, go to IamAward.com to check out all of his content right there. Go to Charlie Clips TV. Go check out the Fire 2-on-2, the Horseman versus NWX. And now we got all the plugs out the way. Y'all can see, hopefully, y'all can see on the screen that I'm not by myself today. I got a couple of friends with me. And I'm going to start first with the homie Dre Sr. What's good, man?
Yeah, what's good, everybody? Andre, my mama calls me Andre, my wife calls me Andre, everybody else calls me Dre Sr. So don't call me Andre. It was good.
Yo, and also with us in Independence, Kansas, not Independence, Missouri, by way of Topeka, it is Wyandotte County's own DJ Trey in the building.
What's good, world? It's your boy DJ Trey in the building. I knew the intro was coming. I still went and got me a fruit snack. I don't know why I didn't. Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to the Nearest Exit podcast. It's your boy DJ Trey. I'll probably post this to my page never, but go check that out if you're feeling bored. But I'm glad to be here. My kids are actually on punishment, but I had to do this meeting, so I sent them upstairs with tablets. So hey. They got the benefit of me having to hop on this Zoom real quick. So, hey, let's get it.
Hilarious. Like you said, also check out the Nearest Exit podcast on YouTube. He's got a couple of hilarious episodes, couple of good episodes, including featuring all three of us, the homie Chris Cobbins, the Los Factor, So go ahead and check that out when you get a chance. Yeah. So,
hey, man, this is my first time being on the Black and White Thing podcast. Man, I'm supposed to be on here for a couple years, talk that sports talk. Yeah. But we're going to have to get on another time with A-Ward and do that, man. We're going to do that.
You know what, man? I think the quarantine is going to allow a lot of people who have not previously been able because of schedule to get on the podcast to make that happen in this day and age.
I love y'all show, man. I love it. I've been a fan since day one. I listen to every episode, even when y'all talk about women's basketball and NASCAR racing. I'm a fan of y'all, even if I'm not a fan of those.
The show either, Dre. I was only there because I recorded the show for a little bit. They didn't want me to talk on the show. I just did because it was my house, so whatever.
Right.
Those are good times. Yeah. So why we're here today. Yesterday there was a showdown, a challenge, a hits battle. KC Christian hip hop style, and that went down on Facebook Live. The homie AD3 took on Chris Cobbins in a hits battle put on by Praise 95, who was the mediator. I guess this is what Teddy Riley was hoping for when he was looking for mediators. But put on by the homie Chev Dev and then his lovely wife who stepped in when this page was reported by some haters. So dope hits battle, and we are here to break it down and to declare a winner. You know what I'm saying? And so So first of all, let's get this out the way. When y'all see this, 83, Chris, no matter what we say today,
right.
We are both fans.
Yes.
We love y'all.
Yes.
Y'all the homies.
They both gonna be mad at us regardless of how this goes.
Listen, but the good thing about it, neither one of them can whoop us. You know what I'm saying? Maybe big 83, but little vegan 83. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't even know where Independence, Kansas is, so relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hilarious. So, you know what? Let's hop into it, man. We're going to start, I guess Chris went first. So how you want to do this? You want to just introduce each song and then we debate who got that round?
Yeah, we can do that. I want
the overview. Let's talk about like how we felt about the battle before we just rip these people apart. Like,
let's do this. Let's talk about how we felt going into the battle, and then do the overview after the battle. After we go through it round by round.
Cool.
Going into it, when I first heard news, I was like super amped about it because both of these are two of my favorite artists ever. Two of my favorite people to work with doing music. Two of my favorite people to listen to when it comes to music. They both are absolutely incredible. But I had to take a stand. I did not go into this saying I thought Chris would win. I did not go into it saying I thought Chris would lose. But there was a lot of social media noise and people was talking crazy about Chris like he didn't deserve to be here. So I had to take on myself the right of at least saying, look, y'all gonna give my man some respect. Go to his pen. Yeah, go and give me some respect. So going into the battle, all I wanted was for Chris to prove that him being in this battle was not a fluke, right? And so that was all I really was going into it for. I wanted to have fun, enjoy myself, which I thoroughly did. But we have to declare a winner, ladies and gentlemen. We don't just play the sweat. We play to win. You know? So we have to declare a winner. And right, and this battle was a lot closer than I think people wanted to give it credit for. Right? I know we all have a group chat where we're in, and it was just like back from the jump. We were already such and such won this round. No, such and such won this round. It was just,
we gonna get into it. We gonna
get into that. So first and foremost, like I said, I think the culture won at the end of the day. Right? The city won. I think a lot more, or at least a few more of these will come out of this whole idea. So I heard it was Chev's idea to put this on. So shout out to you, Chev, for reaching out and putting this on, man. This was big for the city. This was fun. I was here in full out fan mode, singing at the top of my lungs. If both of them could hear the way I was singing their songs, they would absolutely hate me at this point in life.
I'm talking about my kids was like, Daddy, are you okay?
Right.
I am.
Hey, I was front row at the stage at First Saturdays in my mind, bro. It was hitting.
Some of them tracks I ain't listened to in a long time, and I just forgot how hard some of them joints was. But like, all right, but going into it, like I already knew like what we were about to get ourselves into. Like I was amped. I'm not sleeping on any of their catalog at all. My only thought was, what are you gonna do if AD3 plays the intro to Under Pressure? Because that's the greatest intro I've ever heard in my life. Life.
I don't think I've listened to that verse. I don't think I've actually listened to the verse of that song in about 7 years. I just go listen to the intro, get to where the verse starts, and then change the song. That intro was
when Shaq say, "You ready?" Next or repeat over again, one of the two.
Man.
And so I'm thinking about stuff like that. You know, AD3 is my guy. You know what I'm saying? Real good dude. Actually, on a personal note, has like helped me in like ways that he don't even know. And Chris is like, he like family. So like that's straight up. So like I'm not biased towards either one of them. I publicly hate on both of them equally. You know, that's just, what friend. I do. But as a friend, I hate on them equally in public. But for real, that like those are my guys. And I was super excited for this battle.
Yeah, man. I think I was definitely excited once I saw the challenge was extended. And they were kind of going back and forth. I think I'm like with Dre. I think a lot of people have forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Y'all must have forgot.
Oh, they know now. They know now.
And the work that he put in. Doing what I like to call kind of like that golden era for not only our city but just for Christian hip hop in general. Yeah, sure. And the features. the records he did with people in the city, the records he did nationally. And so I was having a conversation with my wife and my sister-in-law, and I was like, Chris got records. Like, don't let him. I mean, he got records that he's done himself. But if he got into that bag of, yo, I did a record with this person, I did a record for that person, I'm like, yo, like y'all gonna hear some records, be like, oh snap, I didn't know he did that.
For sure.
You know, and so I think that right there might be a perfect segue into starting the battle.
Ooh, yeah.
So everybody's online. Oh, go ahead. What you about to say?
Yo, I'm just saying, like, to me, this was a genius way.
This is how you fight.
Start a battle.
This is how you fight.
This is somebody who sat down and thought about what was about to happen tonight and came with a game plan.
Oh yeah.
Came with a game plan.
As soon as this happened, I knew, yeah, Chris didn't come to play. It's time to get busy. I was locked in. I'm in my chair like this. Let's go, Chris. What's popping? Let's go.
Yeah. And so you know, we start off, and I'm going to purposely, even though Chris goes first, you'll normally hear me reference the song that Chris does first. I'm going to start by giving the song 83 does first, and then Chris's song. So the first song from 83 was Copycat, and that was challenged by Chris Lee playing 83's LOVE. And so when that initially happened, I thought Chev screwed up. I thought Chev screwed up. I was like, yo, what is Chev doing? I'm like, why is he playing LOVE? Like, I didn't understand. And I was in the comments ready to jump on Chev, like, bro, what you doing? Like, you said Chris was going first.
Yeah.
The comments was confused.
I wasn't. As soon as I heard it come on, Chris was like, yeah, go ahead and play that. It came on. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we going straight for the jugular? See, this is the stuff that I was excited about, because I told both of them going into it, because let's just be honest, like, we all know AD3 was a heavy favorite going into this. Like,
oh yeah,
because he's got hits galore, right? And I told him, I said, this is our version of Chris Brown versus The Dream. Right? Dream got records. And if he was to battle Chris Brown, people would automatically think Chris Brown would blow him out the water. But when he got to playing them songs that he wrote that people didn't know he wrote, it'd be a whole nother level. So when he went there first, I instantly was like, oh, we here. Yeah. Let's go, Chris. I understand.
It was great offense and defense. Like, and that song is a crazy song. 83 murdered that song. And so now you it's like the kryptonite, bro. Like, what do you do? Like, he used your strength against you, like, in the first round. Like, it was beautiful to me.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I think this is gonna be controversial, and I'm gonna get booed. I'm gonna get talked about, and that's all right. I got this first round of tie, man. I got this first round of tie, man.
I got the first round going to Chris because of the chess move. I actually think that Copycat is a better song than LOVE, but I think they're close enough to where the chess move of it put him over the top for me this round.
I agree. Like, the move in of it, like, put it over the top. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't really know if I would have gave him that 83 that round just off the principle of, like, how Chris set that up. But I mean, Copycat it's a phenomenal song. But the way that you use love in your favor, I gotta get that first round to Chris.
So the round is so close. I'm not mad at either way. Like, if you pick 83, if you pick Chris, or if you picked it as a tie, like, it's that close.
But see, and that's why it's a tie for me, because I do think Copycat Edge is the better song. And I think in the moment I had 83 taking that round for that reason. But like, when getting ready for this, I was sitting thinking back to what happened. It's like how in battle rap, how sometimes somebody can rap incredibly well. Mm-hmm. But then a guy puts on, like, an incredible performance where he's got jokes, he's got angles, he might have brought a prop, and, like, lyrically, if you put their words on a piece of paper, like, yo, this guy, and just read what they wrote, like, that guy rap better. Yeah. But Chris's presentation, the sneakiness of it, like, it makes it hard for me to say that either one got the round.
Yeah.
Yo, it's twerk versus Rum Nitty, bro. It's twerk versus Rum Nitty. Bro, that's real. You got to bar. But what I'm saying is like, okay, I also did enjoy like AD3's stories and his setups to the songs. Mm-hmm. I did enjoy that, especially on this one as well. Like, so that actually made it a little more difficult because to me, like, it is a song battle, but when you do little things like that, it helps enhance like how I grade that round.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, but even still, I still gave it to Chris.
All right, cool. So we got
it I got it 1-0 right now. Trent, you got it 1-0 right now. You got it 0-1 right now.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can't call it around.
All right.
All right, hold on. Lost my notes. Here we go. Let me get back to where we were.
Try to get to round 2?
Yeah, going into round 2. Go ahead and sound it out because I lost my notes. So go ahead and sound it out.
All right, round 2, Chris starts off with All About You, and 83 counters that with Get My Stuff Back. What'd y'all go with this round?
Can I go first?
Yes, for sure. Talk to me nice.
Listen, I love All About You, right? But I feel like this is strategery on 83's side because you just played his song and he said, hey, give me my stuff back. And he went and got it. And he went and got it.
Yeah. I personally, man, Get My Stuff Back. I told this story in the comments yesterday, and I meant it. Like, I spent many a nights playing Fight Night Round 4, where I lost my belt, and I throw this song on, and I go get my belt back. So there is no way that this was being that in this round for me.
Yo,
yeah, man.
I did the same thing, but I stayed in the hood, and somebody came and got something they wasn't supposed to get, so I had to go look at it. Looking for something.
That boy was riding on his enemies.
Look at the $2 bill. You know what I'm saying? Looking for one person. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for some people. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
yes,
I digress. But it's a hit. Like, that's a heater, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 83 taking this round. I mean, All About You is a dope song. I obviously it's one of Chris's best projects, The Medicine.
Yeah.
But Get My Stuff Back, man. Like it's a classic. It's a classic. Yeah. That verse from Solo, crazy.
Yeah.
So I got
go in and get my stuff. Like,
he smoked. He smoked that. Absolutely smoked that.
Smoked it, dog.
Yeah. All right, round 3. You want to set up when we do it?
I'm cooking up a whooping chef boy.
Yeah. So round 3, you've got Chris Lee comes out the gate firing with Shooter. AD comes back.
No. Hold on. When he came out with Shooter, I was like, oh, Chris is gonna win this round.
Yeah.
I like Shooter that much.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris got this round. He coming out with Shooter. 83 got his stuff back. So Chris had to go in the trunk, pop it on him. You know what I'm saying? Come back with Shooter.
But then.
But then. Why you do that, 83?
83 pulled out Point Blank. And as soon as it came on, I did like this. It's over. The round goes to AD3 easy.
As soon as the beat dropped.
I remember. Trent, did you?
I'm done. Like, there's nothing.
I remember. It was us 3. Remember we went to St. Louis for Jason's release party.
Jason.
And that was the first time that 83 performed Point Blank. It went off in there.
Did he perform it like 3 times in a row? Did he say what? 3 times in a row?
He did it. He did it, and then he had to go back and do the second verse a cappella because it was that hard.
Okay, it was a Red Party where he did it like 2 or 3 times. I thought at a Red Party, one of these events, they went back and ran it back, and he did the whole thing again. Then did the second verse a cappella. Like, he did it at least twice at a show one time.
Point Blank is phenomenal.
I wouldn't have been mad, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, man. So
on the battle, Chris Lee was like joking about like the Asians or whatever in the second verse, bro. But when I tell you them joints go hard, dog. The first time I heard that, bro, I was like, 83, you in your bag.
So listen,
by asphyxiation. Oh, he got this bag. He got this bag on that one.
In his bag.
Listen, I was supposed to be on that second verse.
We're glad you're not.
All right, for you, buddy.
That was God's perfect plan for you not to be on there.
So this is the last night. This is the last night of Lights and Diamonds. This is the last night of Lights and Diamonds. Shock sent me the beat. I think it had 83's first verse. He had already done his first verse, laid it down. I had about half a verse written, but I didn't like what I had. So like that night we were there to like maybe 2, 3 in the morning. We did like maybe 2 or 3 songs that ended up on the album that night. And he was like, yo, try to do something. If not, man, 83 will write something the next day. He'll do it the next day. So just let me know early. You can get something the rest of that verse. So I tried to rewrite it. I didn't like it. I said, nah, man, I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Let 83 do his thing. And that second verse is the result.
Divine intervention, showboat.
You are the real MVP, man. Knowing yourself enough to know I don't got it tonight, let me sit out, has blessed the rest of us with one of the most amazing verses we've ever heard.
But to be honest with you, to throw you a little bit of bail, you murdered that Lights and Diamonds project.
Yes, you did.
I appreciate it.
Yes, you was in your bag on that one. You was in your bag on that one.
However, don't touch Point Blank. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Sit down, young man.
I want that song to play when first time I open my eyes in heaven. I just want Point Blank to come on. That song is incredible, yo.
We're gonna talk about this later. But Shock's production was highlighted in this battle.
Dog.
Like, sometimes you forget how crazy Shock got on some of these beats, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't say this, but Copycat to me is top 5 Shock beat. It's a top 5 Shock beat. Like that mug is crazy. Hold up. The fact that he told the story that Flame turned his beat down. And I'm like, why?
You crazy, though.
The same reason you didn't have it. He wasn't supposed to have this beat.
Apparently.
This beat ended up where it was supposed to be.
He said it was for me. Flame ain't gonna like it because it's for me. What God has for me is for me.
For sure.
Everybody.
For sure.
But, yeah, so
like, at this point,
I knew Chris was gonna win that round. I knew he was gonna win that round.
Yeah.
But God.
Yeah. So at this point, I've got it 2-1, 83. Trent, you got it 2-1, 83?
Yeah.
You've got it 2 rounds, 83 in the tie round, the first round.
Yep, 2-0-1.
All right, back. Round 4. Chris comes back with Chase Me Down.
He had to.
And this is a key, because this is a close round. He deliberately took Sho Baraka's verse off, and I think that helped him in this round for me.
You must have liked the Sho verse.
No, I did like Sho verse. The reason why I think that helped him in this round
because
Swoop's verse is so hard on the sound. So 83 comes back with The Way You Do It. And Swoop's verse is absolutely phenomenal on that song.
Right.
And I think this is for me. I have Chris winning this round because if you take Swoop's verse off and just play those 2 songs with just those 2 people, I think I like Chase Me Down more than I do The Way You Do It. And I love The Way You Do It. But
so this is what I also had Chris winning this, but Chase Me Down without Sho Baraka is the way that I heard it the first time I heard it. So it took me back to the first time I heard it. And I think the first time he did Chase Me Down was at City of Truth, the White Party or the Red Party, because they did Chase Me Down and Salsa Solo did Point Him to the Cross the same night. They debuted both of those songs the same night, and I thought my face was gonna melt off. But this song, like the fact that he did that, I was like, nah, like that's gonna. And Swoop was verse was nasty.
Swoop
But
verse,
Chase Me Down was
Swoop
a
verse
different,
is an absolute cheat code on that song.
yeah. But
Man.
Chase Me Down is a different animal, bro. Like it's a different one, bro. Like that's one of those. Like it's not too many, like CHH or whatever you want to call it, songs that'll take you there, take you to that ugly cry face sometimes. And if you play Chase Me Down at the right moment, bro, you might find yourself, your eyeballs leaking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. To me, I had to give it to Chris.
Yeah, man.
How'd you really, Los?
One last time, man. Rock me, roll me. I need your ride to steward me. Stupid. But nah, like I gotta go into Chris too. Chase Me Down. I feel like was that the Houston trip? Was Chris on the Houston trip?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, he let us hear most of them, if not all the medicine on one of the greatest trips ever taken.
Yes. To be ever.
Yes.
And Chase Me Down was definitely at that time when I heard it, one of my favorite songs from that project. And like that's a classic for me. Like, and I love the way you do it, but yeah, I got Chris taking this round. So yeah, that he got his first round for me.
At this point right now, AD3 is telling us we are bugging. But Chris got this surrounded, in my opinion, man. So
yeah,
I've got it 2-2 right now. Tie ball game going into the fifth. And we've got Chris coming out with AI. Dog, I forgot about this. And when I heard it, I was like, yo! Yo, this song is hard. This song is hard. So I'm in my bag. And then AD3 counters. He brings out No Pain, No Love. And
Supposed to be the album, right?
Yeah. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, yeah. This is a close one.
Heavyweight fight, dog.
This is a close one. They battling at this point. I think this is the part where I said, oh, they fighting.
They fighting.
Yeah, they fighting.
That's the Chris Lee joint is fire. But to me, No Pain, No Love.
Yeah.
Listen, some people don't like the line, but for me, Cheetos to your Fritos. If we cheesy, then y'all corny. Get me hungry and hype every time. Let's go.
He was speaking your language. That song was incredible, man. That song. I remember the first time I heard it. You actually played it for me, Los. I remember it was a Sunday after church. I came over, and we went and rode somewhere. You was like, "Yo, check this out." Like I think the album came out that next day.
I had an advanced copy. Yep, I had an advanced copy. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, "Ooh, this is nuts."
Because on that song, not only is AD3 showcasing his singing ability, he rapping, he chopping. Mm-hmm. Everybody see me. Look at them on the TV.
He was in a bag on that one. Oh my God, he was in a bag.
He was in his bag. So
we gotta talk. We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about some more stuff later. Let's go bring back stuff up.
I mean, that's low key my pops. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta, I gotta support the family. You know what I'm saying? So,
yep. So I gave that round to AD3.
So quick little backstory, because I've been jumping on Chris Lee lives. He goes live on Facebook, at least a couple of times a week for sure. And he told a story about AI. AI was the last song they recorded for Hello World. He said that they had recorded, I forget how many songs he said they recorded, but he said they realized they didn't have a single. They didn't have a song that they could drop as a single, so they went and did AI last minute, last day of recording, and that's what they came up with. I think he said he was in such a rush, like he really didn't have the time to come up with a proper hook. He was just kind of like humming along, and he was just went AI, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. So he just built the hook around AI.
You incredible when you accidentally make AI. Like that's nuts.
Yeah, like that's dope, bro. Like
yeah,
man,
that's fire.
That's nuts. But at this point, I think I've got it 3-2. And then we get into round 6, and this is where they had the technical difficulties. So I had to go and do some research to figure out the rest of this because Chris comes out and he throws everybody for a loop, right? he plays a song that I believe he told me that it was Dove nominated. He didn't win a Dove for it, but he got nominated for one with this song. And it was like a crossover contemporary song that he did for Dre Sr. The song is called Behind the Clouds. And when he played that song, I was sitting there like, all right, what's AD3 gonna come back with? And then they got attacked by the hackers. So it got cut off. Then they had to come back. By the time they came back, we had all missed whatever song AD3 had played. So I had to do some digging, and I asked around there, asked both of them. And they told me that AD3 played I Do, right? And so to me personally, this is the weakest round from both of them. They played both of their weakest songs at this point in time. And this is actually the hardest one for me to call. Because I'm not super crazy about either one of them. It's definitely hard for me to give this round. If I think I might I think I might have to go to Carlos' route and call this one a tie if I go with this round.
I agree. Like I kind of want to just call this a wash because of the technical difficulties, and I'm not a super fan of either song. Like I like Jason. I know that was a big track for him, and it was like showing that, like, you know, his work on other people's projects and stuff like that. So, but I just wasn't a huge fan of that song, and I thought that it was almost like a layup for AD3 to like knock this one out of there, but he didn't. He really didn't close the door like I thought he was, and so I was like, all right, let's just call this a wash and keep it moving. Because they both had tracks that I can rattle off that could have did way better in that slot. But you know,
personally told both of them a list of songs that both of them could have played at that time that would have won in that round.
The two that's in my head, you're on both of them.
You said what?
The ones that's in my head, you're on both of the one. Well, the one for Chris Lee and the one for AD3. You're on
Twitter love and bag them, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yes. But they got. I told Chris, I said, dog, why didn't you play Encore right here? Encore wins this round easy.
Yeah.
I also told AD3, why don't you play Cruise Control right here?
How do you not play? Stop.
We gonna get into all the stuff they left off later. We gonna get to that later. We get to that later. We get to that later. Keep that. But right now, I've got it. What's this? I said round 6. I've got it 2 Chris, 3 to AD3, and a tie.
See, I gave this round to 83.
Okay.
No disrespect to Jason, no disrespect to Above the or Behind the Clouds. But it's just it's like if you got the ox and like you've been on fire, like you been killing it. Everybody in the car is just like they ride.
Fact.
And then you hit them with Behind the Clouds, and then like everybody just start talking. Like nobody's listening to the track. They just talking, waiting for you to get to the next one. If they haven't told you, hey dog, go to the next track. If they haven't told you, go to the next track. Yeah. I do more. I get what y'all saying. I definitely get that. I do feel like this was kind of like we've been killing. We're just going to take it easy this round. You know, we're going to take this round off. You know, we've been giving y'all a fight. We're going to take this round off. But I do a little bit more. So I got 83 winning this round. So I think at this point, I got it 3-2-1. I think, or no, 4. I got it 4-1-1.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 4-1.
83 get my stuff, point blank, no pain, no love, and I do. Yeah. Because
the reality is the songs that Chris has played prior to this point have been fire. Mm-hmm. It's just the rebuttals by 83 were devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, which is devastating. And so I'm going to call it a draw. I personally would probably lean more to the Chris Lee joint because I understand what it means for what it meant for that project.
All right, let's do this, Trent. Let's not call it a draw. Pick one.
I'll go with Chris Lee then, because I do understand what it meant for the project.
Yeah, and that's where I'm kind of torn because I understand what it did for Chris as if it's a hits battle, that's a hit song for Chris.
Absolutely.
It's just not one of my favorites, right?
Yeah.
So we gotta have a discussion at the end. We gotta have the discussion at the end about hits versus jams. I think that to me that's been a big topic throughout this whole IG Facebook Live
versus
jams.
But if I gotta pick one, I'm gonna have to go with Los, man. I'm gonna have to get this round to I do the 83 just because if we on a, like he said, if we on a car ride, which one am I gonna play? If I had to choose between these two songs, which one am I gonna play?
You're right. I mean, I get that, but I still roll with Chris.
Yeah, so I got it. At this point, I got it. Is that 4-2? 83? Yep. All right, let's go. Next round. Chris starts off with My Life, the Trip Lee song.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
83 comes back with Shady. This is another tough round.
Listen, I'm going My Life every day of the week and twice on Sunday. That joint is crazy to me. And this is one of those tracks where I was like, okay, Trip Lee, you actually doing your thing. Sometimes Trip, kang, 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 kang. Like, nah, it was true. Like, it was true. And the beat was great. And what Chris Lee did to that mug was fire. I'm taking My Life all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
About you, Los?
Yeah, much respect to 83, but when I was talking to my wife and my mother and my sister-in-law, about this, I was like, yo, I'm like, Chris got records. And I'm like, and I immediately, one of the first ones I read off my head was this one. You know what I'm saying? I started singing the hook. And yeah, so I definitely got My Life of the Trip Lee record featuring Chris. Fire song, man. Fire song.
I personally have Shady. Because unlike y'all, I'm not a big fan of Trip on My Life. I love everything Chris did on there. I'm not a fan of Trip on that song. You know what I mean? And Shady is so smooth. Like, that's one of them joints I throw on if it's like summertime, 10 o'clock, I'm riding around at night with the windows down, got some R&B playing real loud, I'm playing Shady. It's that type of, it's a smooth rider vibe for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I personally gave this round to 83, but it's close. I get it why y'all say it's close.
I got it.
Because Chris is that fire on this song.
This is wild because at this point we all have like vastly different scoring. Because I got it 4-3, Chris. A1 has only gave, this is only your second one that you gave 83. I mean, Chris.
Yep.
And this is only my second one I gave Chris.
Oh, so you only get two. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
And I got Chris winning. So this is, wow.
I got Chris with the first round, and I got Chris with Chase Me Down. But those last two rounds, it was 6. For me, round 6 is the
make or break
one. You know what I mean? And so I want to call it. Go ahead.
Why we only did 9 tracks?
I'm gonna give you a reason why. I think only having 9 tracks works well for Chris. And the fact that they allow Chris to get into multiple bags, right? If they just did Chris Lee, your songs versus 83 songs, just your music with your name on it, Chris don't have a shot. 83 got way too many hits.
I disagree.
Even Chris agreed with me on this. He said, yo, if y'all don't let me get into my stuff I wrote bag, I don't have enough, because his music is not aggressive. Chris' music is not aggressive. And if you go into a battle like this, the more aggressive song usually wins. Because it's the one that hits the crowd the most.
Okay. But I think that Chris has more he didn't really play nothing from off like his first project, Reverb. He didn't play like nothing off of like Reverb or whatever. Yeah. But I think if he had more songs, he maybe had the ability to go back and pull some of the joints off of Reverb that would have had some nostalgic value.
So get some nostalgic rounds off?
Yeah, get some nostalgic rounds off, because if you would have played Reverb, if you would have played The Flood, if you would have even played Radio, like them joints ring to me, but you know.
I hear you.
Agreed. Where we at? Round 8?
Round 8.
Oh, round 8 is when Chris got deep in the bag. That's what I was waiting for right here. Chris pulled out Boasting. by Lecrae. Right, he wrote this song. He wrote it for Anthony Evans. If you listen to the song, you actually hear Chris still. His vocals are still on the background.
Yeah, he still did some vocals. Yeah.
This is probably my favorite song that Chris Lee has ever written. I absolutely love this song. It's incredible. And AD3 came back with "I Got the Sauce," and I love "I Got the Sauce," but there was no way this round was as lopsided as Shooter and Point Blank for me.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Yeah, Boasting is definitely one of my favorite Chris Lee, even though he's not a featured artist on that record, but just in terms of something that he's done is one of my favorite ones. I love what Anthony Evans does on the record. I think, his vocals fit perfectly on that joint and he kills it. Yeah. And yeah, like
and he won awards for that. Like that's award-winning music right there.
And I was waiting for him to get in. Like I said, I was waiting for him to get into that bag personally. And like I said, I felt like he held back. We'll talk about that at the end about how they stacked their records together and what they did and how they put things together. But Chris definitely, I think he had a plan for sure at the beginning, like we talked about, by using 83's record against him, then obviously stacking his big, you can see he's building, right? Yeah. Like in Battle Rap, you would say he wrote, what is it, downhill? Uphill. Yeah. He wrote uphill, right? Like he started and he's going up on the plateau. So yeah, I got Boasting over what's the track again? Oh, I got the sauce.
I got the sauce. So this, go ahead. Going into round number 9, I've got 83 up 5-3 right now. I really want to make it. I want to make it 4-3 and just have that tie. But we gotta declare a winner of some sort.
So y'all gonna make? So do I gotta choose round 1?
Oh, hold on. I don't think I picked mine from the last round.
You did. Go ahead.
This was actually closer to me than it is for y'all because I do like Boasting a lot, but this is one of them joints where you had great writing from Chris and the where that song went and what it did, but something about I Got the Sauce that just get me moving, bro. That mug hard though. You know what I'm saying? So to me it was closer because it had strengths in different ways or whatever. So it was kind of hard for me to judge that one. But I had to go with Boasting as well. So now I look like a fanboy because I got it 5-3 already.
Chris,
you got your winner.
Yeah. I got it 5-3 already.
I'm 4-3-1. I'm 4-3-1 right now.
Okay. All right. And so the last round is Chris comes out with his biggest hit. He saved the big gun for last. He plays Zone Out, which he smoked. Song is phenomenal. My kids knew this song. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then 83 countered that with Different. And so how'd you guys call this round?
I got no. So I'm in the video for We Just Different. I'm in the video for We Just Different. Shout out to 83 for that. I appreciate it. People thought I was making my return, but I'm like, nah, I'm done. Retired. But yeah, Zone Out is in Christian, not just in Kansas City Christian hip hop, but just in Christian hip hop period. Yeah, it's one of the biggest songs in Christian hip hop history. And so Zone Out, KB, Thizzle.
The fact that he wrote that in 5 minutes is nuts.
Crazy.
The story behind that is crazy.
Crazy. Yeah,
the stories look great. Stories look great.
So I got Chris in this round easy. It wasn't even close to me.
This was a fumble, to me.
83?
83, bro. If you play Cruise Control right here, this makes this decision a lot harder. A lot harder.
Yeah.
You gotta play Cruise Control. You gotta.
GIMP.
I forgot him. Okay. So
the original Romans 10:9.
Wait. Let's do this real quick. All right. So So far, how do we got it? At this point, I got 83-54. Like,
listen, I got it 6-3, but it could be 5-4. Chris
So
Lee.
you got Chris winning. I've got AD3 barely winning. And what do you got?
I got the top.
So we did all this to come up with a tie anyway.
Yeah. That is the tie.
Oh, that's nuts.
Come on,
but that's how close this battle was. Like it was that close.
Like, but honestly, I could have easily gave round 6 to 83. Could have easily been I do. Like, but the rest of them, I just feel that's the only one that I could go back and change. But the rest of them, I feel really confident in the way that I judged that one because I want to call that round a wash. Period. But I'm confident in the rest of the picks. Round 6 is the only one that could have went the other way for me. But I just feel like, man, you have to close that out with a different song. Like that was just like there was 2 fumbles in the battle. To me, maybe Chris Lee fumbled with Behind the Clouds and 83 fumbled with Different. So like they each had a turnover, you know what I'm saying? But
real close game.
The way I call it was a close game. You know
I can't be mad either way. Like however you want to call it, either way.
I ain't mad either way. Listen, all the tours is over and the money been.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm mad at.
The tour's been over and the money.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm mad at. I'm mad at all the stuff they left on the table. I've been listening to both of these boys' discography all day, but for the last 3 days, and they both left some heat on the table. They got some stuff on here that could have been switched out with some other stuff.
Yeah, I just looked at one from Chris Lee. One could have been played.
What?
One could have been one from Chris Lee. That could have got some run. They could have got some run.
Actually, he could have played Wave too. I thought he could have played Wave. I thought he could have played Twitter Love. What's the other one?
Pick a song from Madison. Just pick a song. Any song from
Madison. He could have played Snacking.
He could have did his version of Houston, Atlanta, Vegas off the mixtape. Listen. Hey, Los, you know how much I love Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. I called Chris and told him, I said, bro, I knew your song was phenomenal when I heard Drake's version and I was singing your version in my head. Like, that bug is nuts. That song is crazy.
Man.
Crazy.
Also, for the debate of best verse on Bagum and Romans 10:9, how did neither one of those
come on
make it into the list?
How did you not play Bagum? How did you not play Romans 10? How do you not play Cruise Control? How do you not play PIMP?
No.
Oh my God. How do you leave That's My King off the list? Come on. Like, I think I could have used their music and had both of them winning. Dog.
So I'll say this. I think in 83's defense, I think 83 didn't want to just stay in that specific era. Right?
Yeah.
Like he wanted to give you a sample of everything from his
catalog.
But
he murdered that era. He murdered that era.
Dog.
If he would have just played the intro, just the intro to Point Blank at any time. I mean, the intro to Under Pressure at any time. That's a round for you,
bro.
At any time.
Easy money.
But see, I think the same. But see, here's the thing about Chris that I do appreciate, because like at one point, again, it was 4. I had it 4-1, right? So I had 83 running away with this. I feel like 83 stacked his round, stacked his songs to try to get a first round knockout. Like, I think he wanted people going into the second half going, it's over, right? Yeah. Like people aren't really scoring it as heavily at that point because he went so heavy-handed on the front end, which I mean he went with like nostalgic choice, right? Copycat, get my stuff back, Point Blank, the way you do it. I mean, even No Pain, No Love, So he starts off with 5. Like he went into his bag from that era to say, okay, here's the old stuff. But now here is this new stuff where I'm giving you I Do, I'm giving you Shady, I got the sauce different. Like I just think strategically he went into I'm gonna give you old 83 and I'm gonna give you new 83. And
but
so
you gotta
close
it out with some nostalgia. You gotta close them out with that one. Yeah. One of the ones that had the whole city rocking.
Yeah.
And the whole
this the knockout round. Like this is the you save your best for the last. Like you gotta Chris is gonna, like we all knew Chris was gonna play Zone Out last. Like that's his biggest song.
3 different artists closes their shows with Zone Out. 3 different artists.
That's crazy.
Dizzle done did it, Chris Lee done did it, and KB done did it.
That's wild. Yeah.
So basically, I think for 83, he probably needed to spread out. So he should have probably gave you a mix of old and new. And maybe it changes how some of these rounds come out. Like, I think, to me, Chase Me Down, AI, and All About You are really tough songs to beat.
Yeah, they are.
I think if he stacks those rounds in strategic ways, it might come out a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, I talked to him before the thing, and I told him, I said everything about this. I said, you've got more well-known songs than Chris. I said, but play the wrong song at the wrong time and you lose a round. He agreed. But that's the best part about these battles. It's not just, it's what you play when you play it.
Absolutely. And so let's talk about this. Let's have this discussion, because this is something that has been bugging me ever since Manny Fresh and Scott Storch battled.
Yeah, ever since Manny Fresh got his head walked on it.
Hold on.
Yo, ever since them 2 soccer coaches was going up against each other.
He was river dancing on that boy's neck by the end of that joint.
That was unfair, bro. Like the way Scott Storch
it got ugly. No, I know. Low shoot. I know you got Louisiana ties. I know we all love Manny, but that wasn't it, my G.
Hits versus jams, though. Hits versus jams, right? Because I think we talk about this battle in particular, and we talk about Behind the Clouds, and we understand why Chris picked that record, because it was a hit, right? But for me, when I go into these battles and I'm trying to score these things and pick a winner, like for me, I'm not necessarily looking for the biggest record. Now, if it happens to be a biggest record that jams, bet. But I mean, for me, like Behind the Clouds ended up losing because it's a really good song. I like Jason. Jason has, he gets into that bag of dealing with relationships and with sensitive topics, and he does it really well. But it's just like in a battle, like for me, like I'm looking at this, like I got the aux chord.
Yeah.
Which record? And it don't necessarily need to be, like Dre talked about, an aggressive record, right? Because Chase Me Down is not an aggressive song, but it's a fire song.
Yeah.
And so for me, like I feel like people have to not simply look at, okay, well, this song did better in the eyes of the public than this song, so therefore this song won, which I feel like Scott Storch was a lot of, oh yeah, here's this record with Eve that made top 10 Billboard. Or here's this record with this person that made top 10 Billboard.
No, I think it's Scott Storch
joints like where I'm just like, hey, and I'm listening to Scott like, okay, like if I'm listening to the radio, all right, cool. I'm not saying that was every Scott song though. So let me be clear. That wasn't every Scott song.
I went back and I went over my notes for that Manny and Scott Storch battle. The last 9 rounds, Manny lost 7 straight rounds. When he played a song with TQ on the hook, I knew it was over. He was kind of heavy.
No, but see, Manny had the same problem. Manny had the same problem. He started off strong.
Yeah, he did.
He started fire, and then he stacked his stuff towards the front, and then just didn't have enough in the gas tank towards the end, and he just kept losing. I feel like, if with the same analogy you're talking about with the aux chord, I feel like 83 has enough songs that he could have made this not even close.
I agree.
He could have made this not even close.
I agree.
But like just off of like the feel of the songs alone. But I mean, it's a battle, and that's why you do it. And I had Chris Lee winning pretty clearly. Like I said, I could have switched maybe one song, but I got Chris Lee winning kind of clear.
I've got 83 winning, and at the most, like if I can have it a tie just because of that round, the 6th round, man. That's what it came down to me. That 6th round. But like he said, I look at it like this: if we on a road trip, we put them on a battle. We give both of them the aux cord. We say 9 songs. Whoever loses walks home.
Yikes!
like it go like from that point of view, you have to pick a winner in each round. And even though I think that round 6 was a down round for both of them, if I'm forced to have to pick one of those 2 songs, I'd have to go with the 83 one. And so that's what pushes it over the edge to 83 for me. And so that's where I'm at. I got 83. You got Chris Lee, and you got it as a tie. So we leave this whole thing. It was an exercise in futility because we didn't really pick.
Yeah, because so what do we do this for? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here marking my score.
I be doing that during the battle, man. I'm a nerd when it comes to this music. I got that round. I got this. We be having fun, man. But I will say this: the comment section was heavily in 83's favor because 83 is the pastor of a pretty nice sized church, and most of his church family was in there. So they was like, "Home team, go!" And I get it. I understand. I respect that. But we are here to bring an unbiased opinion, just the music against the music.
Absolutely.
It was a great battle. I hope to see it again. I don't know how many more of these can actually take place, like with the catalogs that's going. Whether we do, like, I would like to do another one, whether it's KCR versus Shock or Dre versus Sauce. Like, I'm down to do it.
I'm gonna tell y'all, like I tell everybody all the time, Sauce is one of my 10 favorite artists of all time. I like Sauce music way more than I like mine. But I still battle him if you give me 10 songs. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
let's go.
You know what?
And that's bro. Like Sauce, we had this conversation. That's bro. Like, I love Sauce. That's my man. I mess around, get in the battle and play some of his music and act like I did it just off GP.
when you recorded it.
But like all of us as artists, we're competitive. That's what we do. So if we want to get in the ring, let's jump in there. Let's do it. Let's have some fun.
Like, and if anybody wants smoke with curfew, holler at your boy.
Nobody wants smoke with curfew.
Nobody. We good,
Bob.
Hey Dre,
what's good?
Did you make a playlist of the songs that they played?
No, not yet. Cause some of them I can't find on like Spotify. I don't know where to find LOVE at.
Unfortunately, so you got to holler at Shock. Shock has taken Gen 12 off of streaming. He needs to put it back up. I have it in my music library. I can put up a playlist on Apple Music, and it'll be.
Yeah,
I don't have Apple Music, but somebody needs to put this out somewhere where somebody can listen, but we can listen to it because I want this playlist.
We didn't do a great job of like putting our music in a place where they can find it. Like even when I'm going to try to find KCR music, there's some of the stuff I'm just going through emails to try to find because we just lost some of that stuff. And so like you may be able to find like some fan stuff posted on like YouTube, but yeah, it's kind of difficult.
Then I'll try to get all of this stuff put together and dropped on Apple Music, and I'll drop one on Spotify. So if you got one of them too, y'all can check it out. It'll be missing LOVE because, like I said, Gen 12 is not on streaming platforms. So hit up Shop.
It is on YouTube if you can find it.
Yeah. You gotta go to YouTube to get that one. I think it
is. You can make a YouTube playlist. Is all this stuff on YouTube?
I would think so, actually.
We can look there and see and try to make it.
That'll probably be. I'll probably just do that then because just about everybody can access YouTube. So
yeah,
I'll probably see if I can put together a playlist on YouTube and share it from my page. Any last comments before I close it out?
No, I got nothing, man. I loved it. I had fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It took me to a place and brought all kind of nostalgic feels back. That and we just been talking about that the last 2 days. I'm talking to people from that era and just about how good it felt to kind of mentally go back there for a minute, man. So thank y'all. Praise 95. Thank you, Chev. Thank you, Chris and AD3 for. I mean, I said this on my Facebook page, and I mean this. Both of you guys are legends in my mind. Like y'all are pioneers to a whole different thing going on here in the city, man. And so I love y'all. I thank y'all. Keep bringing in new music. I'm a big fan, and I enjoy this. I enjoy being able to just give my opinion on it, man. So.
I just want to say, give Shock his flowers while he still can smell them. Big shout out to Shock, bro. Like I told you myself, dog, that like no matter, I don't care what anybody say, bro. You are a monster producer. You've been doing this for almost 15 years now. And a lot of those tracks just highlights the talent of this man and how when he gets with artists, like they make special music. And and still doing it to this day. Like when the last project, We Are the Movement Volume 3 came out, oh my God. Yeah. Oh man, they got some tracks on there. And he released that like the same time like Jesus is King came out. I forgot all about the Kanye album, but that We Are the Movement Part 3 still in heavy rotation. Like so, like
Shock, you are a legend also.
For sure.
For sure. You are a legend, my guy. Like what happened for our city during that time, and even up until now, man. Like the story of Kansas City and Christian hip hop cannot be told without your face on the Mount Rushmore, G. So legend.
100.
Absolutely. Yo, so I'll close it out by saying, I am going to work on playlists for those streaming services, so you guys can go out and stream it. We'll get the YouTube playlist together also, but at the same time, man, make sure y'all go out and buy this music too. Go and support, not only stream, but go out and buy this music. If you enjoy it, love it, were impacted by it, maybe you lost your CD because those are the CD days. Thankful for my iTunes library. I got music released, unreleased stuff everywhere. So go out and support these men and continue to support them as they continue to release new music. Man, until then, that's the show, man. So I just want to remind everybody again, go check out the Nearest Exit podcast with DJ Trey. Some dope stuff there. Go to iamaward.com, check out everything that he's doing there. Go to soundcloud.com/brains and bars to check out every episode of It's a Black and White Thing, or you can go to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, search Brains and Bars. That's our Twitter stuff too. Search Brains and Bars on Twitter and Facebook. And until next time, man, that's it. So until then, it's been a black and
Blacker.
Yeah. I'm like somebody. Yeah. Y'all know how the podcast go. I need jump in there. Yeah, there you go.
What are we doing here?
Blacker, El Negro, all of those would have been acceptable in that format. But no, man, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. On behalf of Dre Sr., DJ Trey, I'm A1 man. Appreciate y'all. We holler at y'all. See y'all around.